Let's talk about immigration and Trump's aggressive crackdown on illegal immigrants. Now, to put things into perspective, there really isn't that many illegal immigrants in the United States compared to other groups. When looking at the breakdown of illegal immigrants by birth, Africans only represent 3%, right, which is roughly 300,000 people, and is almost neck and neck with the Caribbean, which is at 327,000 people. So that's the good news. But according to ICE November 2024 report, 41,522 undocumented African immigrants are currently in deportation proceedings. This number does not include those who are already being detained, right? It just represents those who are on ICE's list. They're being tracked and they're being pursued. Trump wants to go down in history as the president with the largest number of deportations. And he talks about wanting to deport 15 million, 20 million people. Now, that number is outrageous, right? Because we don't even have that many illegal immigrants in this country. I think the number is around 10 or 11 million. So, in classic Trump way, exaggerated, but they are not playing with this crackdown. ICE isn't just stepping up enforcement. They are ramping up across cities. They are staking out communities and making it clear, very clear, that they are coming for people hard and fast. Actually, yesterday, right before I got ready to record this, news broke out that Simon Guobadia, the ex-husband or ex-fiance, husband, were they married? I think they were married for 15 months. So ex-husband of Portia Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta, he is currently being detained by ICE. That was breaking news that happened yesterday. So it is happening. Now, when we talk about the impact, right? The impact on our community, it is palpable. African churches that were once full are now half empty, or worse, completely deserted. Pastors in immigrant-heavy communities are crying out loud about this growing fear. People are afraid to show up for Sunday service because they don't know if ICE agents will be waiting for them in the parking lot. So here you have one Ohio pastor who granted an interview expressing just how bad the situation is. Take a look at this video.
This church in North Columbus, their parking lot sits more empty than usual for their services. Something their pastor says is tied to fear for those going out because they're afraid of being deported.
It's really painful to see that.
Samuel Kumson is the district pastor. He says 50% of his congregation is staying home instead of coming in these doors. Their food pantry has had a 70% drop off. He says people are more afraid to be deported than come eat.
The state gives us food to give it to them. The community come. Those who are not even members would come and take the food. Now we put the food out there, they are not coming.
A group of Democrats at the State House coming together to send a message of their own, that they are fighting these current policies and standing up for immigrants.
I do understand if somebody commits a serious crime, yes, they shouldn't even be here. I understand that. But if you're here and you're hardworking and you're paying your dues, what was the Statue of Liberty? What was that? That was welcoming immigrants.
Nonprofits have also stepped up to help immigrants. Ohio Immigrant Alliance helps them know their rights.
And I hear their fear, I see their anxiety, and it's really getting real now.
Pastor Samuel says that he doesn't know what's next.
What we can do now is to pray.
On your side, Nick Veland, ABC 6 News.
And here's where it gets interesting, right? Because many of these same African churches, particularly evangelical and Pentecostal congregations, actively encourage their members to vote for Trump. Why? Because they believe that he is God's instrument for change and that he will restore morality to America. Now, when some people hear this, right, they really try to rationalize how anyone can see Trump as the solution to America's morality problem. How does he align with Christian values, values that are rooted in love and compassion, in forgiveness, or are those no longer central tenets of faith? Another important question is whether these church voters actually gave any consideration to Trump's policies at all. Because let's be frank, right now, most of the actions that he has taken, not great. At least for our community, the impact and consequences are dire. They are reversing years and years of hard-fought progress to get us to the place where we are today, where we enjoy some of the liberties and freedoms that we have.